Hello students, today we will start with Avogadro's hypothesis. Uh, Avogadro he said that under identical conditions of temperature and pressure, if the temperature and the pressure it is identical, then equal volume of all the gases they will contain equal number of molecules. All the gases whose volume is equal, they all will contain equal number of molecules, but conditions are there, that is identical temperature and pressure should be there. Like H2 plus Cl2, it will give 2HCl, one molecule plus one molecule of this chlorine, they will combine to form two molecules of HCl. And if we'll take half molecule only, then half molecule means an atom. Half molecule of hydrogen will combine with half molecule of chlorine to form only one molecule of HCl. Now the second topic is atomicity. This we have read in class 9th also. Like atomicity of an elementary substance, it is defined as the number of atoms present in one molecule of that substance. See, elementary substance it is given, it means it will be a molecule but not the molecule of a compound, only the elementary molecule they are talking about. Suppose hydrogen is there, H2, it is an elementary molecule, and because it is denoting only hydrogen, and two atoms of hydrogen they are combining to form a molecule, that's why atomicity of hydrogen is 2. Similarly, if we talk about nitrogen, in nitrogen, two atoms of nitrogen they combine to form nitrogen molecule, and here the atomicity of nitrogen is 2. Okay. Similarly, if we talk about sulfur molecule, sulfur it is S8, atomicity 8. In a similar will not talk about water, no, not about CO2, because these are the molecules of a compound. Here we'll talk about the elementary molecules only. Now gram atomic mass. Gram atomic mass, or 1 gram, it is the quantity of an element whose mass in gram, it is numerically equal to the atomic mass of that substance. It is called number of gram atoms. Now we'll see how to calculate the masses here. See, isotopes are given here. The relative abundance of three isotopes of carbon, it is C12, C13 and C14. These are the three isotopes of carbon. Their abundance in the atmosphere, or in the, sorry, not in the atmosphere, but they are on the earth crust, it is 98.892, 1.108 and 2 into 10 raised to minus 10 percentage respectively. That is, for C12 it's this one, C13 it's 1.108 and C14 it's 2 into 10 raised to minus 10. If the relative atomic masses of these isotopes are masses, the carbon 12 it is having mass 12.00, carbon 13 13.00335 and carbon 14 its mass is 14.00317. We know that isotopes they have same atomic number but their masses are different, and masses are different due to the difference in the number of neutrons. Respectively, their masses are also given here. We have to find the average atomic mass of carbon. See, average atomic mass it is equals to this mass into percentage plus this mass, this one 13 point this one into percentage plus mass of C14 into its percentage, whole upon their percentages. Okay, we'll calculate it and it will come out to be 12.001 AMU, and we know that 12 it is the average atomic mass of carbon. Now equivalent weights, it is the number of parts by mass of the given substance which combines with or displaces directly or indirectly 1.008 parts by mass of hydrogen, or 8 parts by mass of oxygen, or 35.5 parts by mass of chlorine. This definition will learn with the help of the examples. Like, see, the first one is, here we have to calculate out the equivalent weight of an element. So to calculate out the equivalent weight of an element, the formula is equivalent weight of an element, any element, it is equals to atomic mass of that element upon its valency. Okay, and if we'll take the example, see, if we talk about oxygen, its equivalent weight, it will be equals to its atomic mass upon its valency, and we know that the valency of oxygen is 2, so its equivalent weight will be 8. So, now if we have to calculate the equivalent weight of a normal salt, any normal salt, so to find out the equivalent weight of a normal salt, the formula is equivalent weight of a normal salt, it is equals to formula weight of salt, its formula weight upon total charge on the cationic part, on the positive part. Okay, so here we'll take the example of NaCl. We know that the mass of Na, sodium, it is 23, and mass of chlorine, it is 35.5. 23 plus 35.5 upon 1, because charge on Na, it is plus 1, cationic part we have to put. Okay, so its mass is plus 1, that's why we'll put 1 here. It will come out to be 58.5. Now next one is to calculate the equivalent weight of an acid salt. Acid salt means those salts which still have one replaceable hydrogen atom. Still one replaceable hydrogen atom is there. Those salts are called acid salts. So to calculate out their equivalent weight, the formula will be formula weight of the salt upon number of replaceable hydrogen present in it. Like if we'll take example of NaHCO3, Na mass 23 plus 1 plus 12 plus 16 threes are like this, we'll calculate 48, and its total is 84 upon 1, because it has only one replaceable hydrogen. Okay, next one is of an acid. If we have to calculate the equivalent weight of an acid, equivalent weight of an acid, it is equals to molecular weight of the acid. We'll find out the molecular weight of the acid and the basicity of the acid. Here we'll take the example of H2SO4. H2 2 into 1 plus 32 plus 4 into 16. It will come out to be 98 upon 2, because see, two replaceable hydrogens are present in sulfuric acid. It means two basic molecules are required to neutralize this sulfuric acid molecule. It means its basicity is 2. Okay, next one is equivalent weight of a base. Same like molecular weight of a base will put here upon acidity of the base. Here it is CaOH whole twice. It is having 2 hydroxyl ions here. It means its acidity will be 2. If we would have taken NaOH, it means only one replaceable OH is present here. Only one molecule of acid will be required to neutralize this NaOH. That's why its acidity is 1. Okay, but here we have taken CaOH whole twice, and since it is having 2 OH minus ions, that's why we'll put 2 here. Its acidity is 2. Now equivalent weight of an oxidant or a reductant, it is equals to formula mass of that substance upon number of electrons gained or lost by one molecule. Here we'll take the example of FeSO4. See, FeSO4, if it will lose an electron here, if oxidation will take place here, then it Fe2 plus, it will convert into Fe3 plus by losing an electron. Since see, one electron is lost here. Okay, we'll put the masses of Fe56 plus 32 sulfur plus 4 into 16. We'll calculate out the mass of FeSO4, its formula mass, upon 1, because only one electron is it is taking part here. This was all about equivalent weight. Thank you.